The World Health Organization has long held that the coronavirus is spread primarily by larger droplets that fall quickly to the floor after someone sneezes, coughs, or exhales. The researchers plan to publish this letter in a scientific journal within the next few days. Just ahead on KCBS.
I'm Tim Ryan with the fast spread of the cruise fire near Gilroy.
We do have evacuations ongoing.
KCBS first for traffic. We've got a problem on the San Mateo Bridge. Kim's in your local Honda Dealers Traffic Center. This is a crash that involves injuries, Kim, right?
Yes, it does. And one party was trapped inside the vehicle. They were unable to open the doors to get to a person that was in there injured. And so this is eastbound 92, Stan, midspan, San Mateo Bridge. It's been the two left lanes for some time. The Chilton Out-of-Body Collision Cam sees the backup as you approach the midspan area. It's a couple miles long now. Westbound is also slow at the scene, even though no lanes are blocked heading over to Foster City. Expect to slow down as you make your way past the scene of this accident. In the meantime, we're looking at the Bay Bridge. This should start to improve now. There had been apparently a long-standing stall near Fremont Street. I don't know why it went unreported for so long, but it did. And now we're hearing that it's off on the city streets out by Fremont and Howard. But it kind of did a number on the upper deck of the Bay Bridge where we're seeing almost no way at the toll plaza, but as soon as you make your way out toward the towers entering the tunnel, there's brake lights pretty much all the way across to the San Francisco Anchorage, and then it improves by the time you get to Fremont Street. Nimitz Freeway looks better. There was a problem with a hit and run crash north of the Coliseum. That is cleared out and the traffic has recovered there. If you do see traffic trouble, feel free to call our KCBS phone force line at 415-391-KCBS. Your next update, 8:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Visibility is good, and we're looking at a nice mild afternoon in the temperature department. If it was a little too hot for you, especially in the last few days, we'll bring that down considerably today. Santa Rosa set a record for the date yesterday at 99 degrees, a high of 87 in today's Santa Rosa forecast. Same story for Concord, which was in the mid-90s yesterday. Will come down to the mid to upper 80s. Livermore dropping quickly as well. All of those places down at least 10 degrees compared to yesterday. San Jose probably 7 or 8 degrees cooler. San Francisco 3 or 4 degrees cooler, and that's probably the story for Oakland as well. Really noticeable the strong westerly wind this morning at higher elevations and in the gaps going into the Delta, and probably for the rest of the day you'll be aware of that strong sea breeze. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Whether you stop by a locally owned Napa Auto Parts, Napa Auto Care, or visit Napa online, if you need help with your ride, you can count on Napa Know-How.
There's nothing like spending so much time at home to bring into focus what needs to be done. Hey, it's Kim Wonderly. Armstrong is here for you as they have been for over 50 years. An Armstrong foam roofing system seals you tight from water and air infiltration. We love ours also for that added insulation. Call now, save up to 15% on any new painting, window, and foam roofing project. 855-777 and a 1234 or online at armstrong1234.com. License number 245291.
Is your sex life less than satisfying? Prime Male Medical has the solution, and they guarantee it.
We have a 99% success rate in treating ED.
That's Dr. Robert Rowley from Prime Male Medical. KCBS listeners, get your customized evaluation for just $99, which covers a full year of free visits, including a PSA test, testosterone test, and ultrasound. Call now, 415-761-4037, or go to primemalemedical.com. That's 415-761-4037.
Beth Miller Rowe is the Bay Area's reverse mortgage specialist. With over 35 years' experience, Beth offers a variety of reverse mortgage programs such as FHA insured home equity conversion mortgage and even jumbo reverse mortgages. Whether you own your home outright or have a loan against it, a reverse mortgage may provide financial freedom to better enjoy your retirement years. Reverse mortgages have changed so much in the last 10 years. Now is the time to call Beth at the Reverse Mortgage Group at 925-969-0380. Beth is located here in the Bay Area, offering free consultations in a friendly, professional, no-pressure atmosphere. Call Beth at 925-969-0380 or go to yourreverse.com. Borrower must pay property taxes, insurance, HOA dues, live in, and maintain the home. NMLS 294774/1850/831612. Licensed under the Department of Business Oversight under CRMLA. Equal Housing Opportunity.
KCBS News Time 8:11. CAL FIRE calls it the Crews Fire. That's CREWS. It's burning northeast of Gilroy. A number of structures have been destroyed. A number of people have been forced to evacuate. KCBS reporter Tim Ryan joining us with a live update on that fire. Tim?
Well, Stan, the fire continues to grow. 2,000 acres, 20% containment, 2 structures destroyed, 1 injury reported, although we have no real details on either of those.
It's definitely been a factor. We've got very high temperatures here, low humidities, and we do have some wind on the incident.
Pam Timmerman with CAL FIRE explains the fire started Sunday afternoon in the foothills east of Gilroy. Cause at this point unknown, and it is burning toward Highway 152.
We do have evacuations ongoing on the Cañada Road area and all the adjoining side streets.
50 to 60 homes evacuated along with some farm animals. Hundreds of firefighters, fortunately, are looking at somewhat better weather conditions today. The Park Fire near Morgan Hill mostly contained this morning at 343 acres, no homes lost. Investigators looking at fireworks as a possible cause of both of these South Bay fires, Stan. Reporting live, Tim Ryan, KCBS.
Thanks, Tim. Word coming, by the way, that state prison officials have had to put 12 of the state's 43 inmate fire camps on lockdown due to a big coronavirus outbreak at a prison in Lassen County that serves as the training center for these fire crews. Until they lift that lockdown, fewer than half of the state's 77 inmate crews are available to fight a wildfire in the northern part of the state. The state has long relied upon inmates to staff these so-called hand crews that are often deployed quickly when a big fire breaks out. 8:13 now at KCBS. Just ahead on sports, a lot of concern about testing, and there's something in the news this morning that might make a difference. Steve Bitker and I will talk about that in 2 minutes.
As temperatures heat up, so are the savings. During our Legacy Box Cyber Summer Sale, we're offering 50% off. Legacy Box is the best way to preserve your home movies and photos.
Legacy Box is one of the most meaningful things you can do for your family. Plus, we've made it simple and safe, and it's currently on sale.
Legacy Box is an all-in-one mailed kit to having your aging media converted to digital. Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film reels, and photos.
Our staff of over 250 professionals digitize everything by hand right here in the United States. In a few weeks, you get everything back on DVD or digital, ready to watch and enjoy.
We've helped over 850,000 families relive their glory days. Get started today rescuing your trapped videotapes and photos.
Shop our Cyber Summer Sale to save 50% off today. Buy now and save big, and send in your media when you're ready. Visit legacybox.com/gift. That's legacybox.com/gift for 50% off while supplies last. legacybox.com/gift.
The joyous colors of summer are on display at Shreve.
Each happy color captured in a natural gemstone.
The iridescent glimmer and shimmer of mother of pearl whispers softly, "Let's go sailing."
The calm waters of the Caribbean shine from natural turquoise.
Topaz comes in every color of an ocean sunset.
And amethyst glows like tropical flowers.
Iolite is the violet blue of a summer storm over the Sea of Galilee.
Shreve & Company.
At 150 Post and in the Stanford Shopping Center.
As you get back to business, small things can make a big difference. Like marking safe distances with floor tape and posting reminders to wash hands. As always, Grainger is here to help, offering supplies and solutions for every industry. Free access to product specialists, 24/7 support, safety recovery guides, and more. It's part of our commitment to help you adapt and recover in these challenging times. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A better tomorrow starts today with Wendy's breakfast. A tomorrow that says bacon, not bacant. Where fresh eggs reign like opportunity. Honey butter goodness is spread. And the Frosty is chinoed. At Wendy's, we don't ask what tomorrow holds, but rather, what will you hold tomorrow? Will it be the breakfast Baconator or the honey butter chicken biscuit? No matter what you choose, tomorrow's looking good.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Coming up on KCBS, a closer look at what the Supreme Court's ruling today on so-called faithless electors could mean for the presidential election in November. Right now, a KCBS Sports Update. Steve Bitker's here. And, Steve, you and I talked earlier in the morning about concerns that baseball can't get COVID-19 testing done quickly enough. And, this is a real-time environment. You want to know right now if somebody's positive so you can quarantine that person. Big news this morning, potentially. The FDA has given emergency use authorization to a COVID-19 test that can be administered on the spot and can have results within 15 minutes. This is an antigen test, which is kind of different from what the nasal swab test looks for. And significantly, they say that there are about 25,000 healthcare facilities nationwide that already have the hardware, which is something about the size of a cell phone.
Yes, Dan, this story came from Reuters, reprinted in the New York Times, and it's something that might help baseball get this season started and even completed, because right now several teams are really frustrated at delays in getting tests and then delays in getting test results. Several teams had to cancel planned full squad workouts yesterday, including the A's and also the Nationals, whose GM Mike Rizzo says without accurate and timely testing, it's not safe to continue. MLB needs to fix this quickly or the season is in jeopardy. Meantime, on a lighter note, Brandon Belt felt good in batting practice yesterday, said he wasn't thinking too much about the shorter fences in right center and in center field, just concentrating on driving the ball. And afterwards said he took advantage of the shelter in place at home in Texas, about 2 hours north of Houston, before flying west by picking up a new hobby.
My old high school coach has been trying to get me to go bass fishing for a long time, and I always kind of pushed it off to the side. I never really had a whole lot of fun fishing, but I started doing it during the whole quarantine and fell in love with it. So that's what I've been doing that a lot with my son. I've been out on the lake, and it's a great way to stay away from people as well. It's something you can do by yourself, and you don't have to get close to people. It's a place to go, and you can compete with yourself. It's kind of like golf to me. And it was just something I did, and I had a lot of fun doing. And it's probably something I'm going to continue to do when I go back home.
The Major League Baseball schedule will be announced at 3 this afternoon. The Giants, all indications are, will open in L.A. on July 23rd, and the A's a day later hosting the Angels. At the sports desk, Steve Bitker, KCBS.
KCBS First for Traffic. Here's more from Kim.
All right, some better news now. San Mateo Bridge, the final clearing stages. This accident's been blocking the two left lanes on the eastbound side, just about mid-span. Now, it looks like they're telling us that all lanes are open, so the injury accident said to be cleared, although the slow traffic is still right at that spot. So that's why I'm saying final clearing stages, but it looks like lanes are now just recently opening. The westbound side is recovered entirely, so no longer any slow traffic past the scene of the accident. A little bit sluggish into Foster City is all. Taking a look at the Bay Bridge with the Chilton Out-of-Body collision cam, no longer any wait at the toll plaza, just a little bit of a thick pattern heading out to the towers before the tunnel, and traffic has improved greatly off the west end now that stall out by Free.
Hey, San Francisco, Dunkin' wants you to know that they're here to help you get up and running again with free coffee on Wednesdays for DD Perks members. If you ask me, free coffee is the perfect offer to help get back in the swing of things. So, DD Perks members get a free medium iced or hot coffee on Wednesdays. Not a DD Perks member, but still really want to get a free medium coffee on Wednesdays? Join on the Dunkin' app today and use the app for an easy contactless way to order and pay. Pick up in-store or at the drive-thru. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary, one per member, exclusions apply.
Did you know Geico's now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies? That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? Your goldfish to sing Bizet's Carmen? There's never been a better time to switch to Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th. Limitations apply. Visit geico.com for details.
Constitution. Most people don't realize when they vote for president, they're not actually voting for the president directly. They are voting for some people called electors. The electors are not even named on the ballot. And then these electors have to go to Washington and cast their ballots for the president. And every state says you have to cast your ballot for the president that the people of the state voted for. Well, there have been a few occasions, very few, over the 200 years saying people who decided not to vote for the person that the state had sent them to vote for. Those faithless electors have never affected an outcome. But in 2016, like so many things in 2016, it was a little bit controversial, and 3 people from different states decided not to vote for the candidate they'd been selected for, and that's where this challenge came from. The court today said states can sanction this. States can penalize people and strike them as electors if they vote faithlessly.
You made a great point, Rory. A lot of people are unaware that they're not voting directly for, let's say, Joe Biden or Donald Trump in November. But who are the people they're voting for?
Well, every state has a different way of sort of picking their electors. They generally tend to be well-established and well-positioned political figures within the state's party system. So you vote for Joe Biden, you are voting for some long-term, well-regarded Democrat Party person. It's kind of an honor to be an elector and get the free trip to Washington and cast your vote. But nobody really has ever thought these people had discretion to change their vote. And today the court, sort of undergird that very firm belief that people don't really believe these electors have any power to do anything other than cast their vote mechanically.
Anything in today's decision or any of the writings that came with it that leads to any thought about doing away with the Electoral College and going to what a lot of people say would be the right thing to do, a direct election of the president?
Yeah, a lot of people they're mystified by this idea that we don't elect the president directly. It was established to protect smaller states. In other words, if a state like California, based on population, had sort of an overwhelmingly large number of electors, it would still be counterbalanced by even a small state having some electors. And so presidents would have to campaign nationally. If you got rid of the Electoral College, frankly, national candidates could ignore any state other than the big ones. So I think that the effort to get rid of the Electoral College makes a lot of sense in terms of democracy, but I think it's unlikely to happen anytime soon because the smaller states really aren't in favor of it.
Thanks for your time, Rory Little, professor of law at the UC Hastings College of the Law. This morning's ruling in a case involving so-called faithless electors. The Supreme Court says states may continue to punish those who don't vote for the presidential candidate the state's voters have decided upon. Right now, Jason Brooks with our KCBS Money Watch update.
Stan, Gilead Sciences' COVID-19 treatment remdesivir has received the green light in India. Gilead's generic licensee Mylan says India's top drug regulator has approved remdesivir for restricted emergency use for severely ill hospitalized patients with COVID-19. Mylan will sell its version in India under the brand name Desram, and it will cost just over $62 a vial, about $370 for the full regimen. Gilead last week said it will sell remdesivir through generic brands in undeveloped nations at a substantially lower price than in developed nations. A full regimen of remdesivir for U.S. patients on government health care will cost over $2,300 at $390 a vial and over $3,100 at $520 a vial for patients with private health insurance. Shares of Gilead moving higher by 1.5%, and a strong day overall for the market. The Dow gaining 367 points to 26,195. NASDAQ up 246 points to 10,452, another record high, and the S&P up about 50 points to 3179. On the Money Watch, Jason Brooks, KCBS.
Did you know Geico's now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies? That's on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? Your baby to let you sleep in?
We could sleep in another half hour? Thanks, sweetheart.
Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th. Limitations apply. Visit geico.com for details.
It just doesn't feel like summer without an ice-cold Coca-Cola in your hand. Stop by AM/PM today and grab a 20-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola or Coca-Cola Zero Sugar for $2 for $3.50. Or pick up even more delicious refreshment with a 20-ounce bottle of Diet Coke, Sprite, or Fanta. So no matter how you soak in that summer sun, at home or on the go, grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola today and enjoy.
Businesses are starting to bounce back. But what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt, deliver, and succeed in new ways with new customers? At Comcast Business, we're committed to helping you not just bounce back, but bounce forward. That's why we're offering a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution now for only $64.90 a month with a 2-year agreement. It'll help you stay ahead with a network you can count on, stay connected with 24/7 support, and thrive with flexible solutions that work wherever you are. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to find out more. Plus, ask how to get a prepaid card worth up to $300. Comcast Business. Offer ends 8/22/2020. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, installation, taxes, and fees extra. Subject to change.
Attention investors. Here is in 1929, 87, 08, now again in 2020. The market has lost over trillions of dollars in value. At Riverfront Brokerage, our investors haven't lost a dime because investments are protected in an asset class that has been around for over 100 years and will retain its value through all the market losses and world events. Now, as in the past, our investors are expecting a 60% yield at maturity. Learn more about this opportunity. Call Riverfront Brokerage today at 877-484-2424. Don't lose what you've worked so hard for. Investors have the option of investing using a cash, self-directed IRA, or 401ks. Call Riverfront Brokerage and get your free investor's guide to protecting your retirement capital. That's 877-484-2424. Riverfront Brokerage is not a United States security dealer or broker or U.S. investment advisor. This is not an offer to sell or a solicitation of any other to buy any securities.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
KCBS First for Traffic. We have the latest from Kim from your local Honda Dealers Traffic Center.
Well, after a flurry of activity this last hour or so, things have settled down quite nicely, Stan. The San Mateo Bridge all but recovered now. It was an earlier injury accident that was plugging up the eastbound side. We had the 2 left lanes blocked there for quite some time. That has cleared. Traffic has recovered westbound as well. It was slowing at the scene of that accident, but now that there's nothing left to look at, traffic has recovered. It's back to the speed limit. Bay Bridge, we've had a couple issues. A long-standing stall out by Fremont Street is gone. So right now at the toll plaza, it is clear sailing onto the span. Just a little bit of sluggish traffic on the right as you come out of the Yerba Buena Island Tunnel. But after that, you're just rolling a tad under the speed limit out to Fremont Street. We do have stop-and-go traffic, though, on the good old Central Freeway. This is northbound 101 as you head out toward Octavia Street at those set of lights. Traffic is backed up just a little shy of the Skyway split right now. And you can feel free to follow us on Twitter. We're at KCBS AM FM Traffic. Next update, 8:38 on the Traffic Leader, KCBS.
Gorgeous outside, except it's a little windy in some areas, and it's likely to be windy through the day. A strong westerly breeze pushing cooler air in. Mid-60s coast, low to mid-80s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
You've been camping in your backyard, cycling in your living room. You've been enjoying rain showers in your bathroom, campfires on your TV screen. You've been counting stars and birds from your window and holding family cookouts in the kitchen. Now, get ready to go. Go on a real vacation. Take the wheel at your nearest RV dealer or at GoRV.com.
It all starts with just one thing. Try some eco-friendly summer activities this year, like going for a walk or hike in local parks or hills, go bird watching, or even camping out in your own backyard. Find tips and more at OneThingUS.com. What's your one thing?
News that matters to you. Around the Bay, around the world, around the clock. All News 106.9 and AM 740. KCBS.
It's Monday, July 6, 2020, coming up on KCBS. Why the police can't seem to get a handle on the out-of-control fireworks, and the Supreme Court takes action against so-called rogue electors. It's 8:31.
CBS News update. In a unanimous ruling, the U.S. Supreme Court says states can require presidential electors to stick with the popular vote winner in that state. Legal scholar Jessica Levinson.
This gives the Electoral College arguably more strength. It means that electors cannot go rogue. It means that how you vote in your state is how the electors representing your state have to vote in the Electoral College.
CBS's Steve Dorsey says there was also a ruling backing a law banning robocalls.
Political consultants and pollsters were among those asking the Supreme Court to strike down a 1991 law that prohibits them from making robocalls to cell phones. They said it was a violation of their free speech rights.
The High Court has yet to finish its term. Justices are still expected to rule on President Trump's financial records and on birth control opt-outs under Obamacare. CBS News Update. I'm Steve Kathan.
It is 8:32 now at KCBS. An Oakland fire crew had its hands full trying to run to a medical emergency and running into an unruly mob near Lake Merritt, which blocked its path, actually climbed onto the fire truck. A video posted to the Oakland firefighters' Facebook page showing the crowd gathered around the truck at Lakeshore and Brooklyn Avenues near Lake Merritt. Officials say it eventually took 14 minutes for that truck to finish its run when it should have taken 2 to 3 minutes, and actually the ambulance beat the fire truck to the scene. This happened Saturday night in the midst of an awful lot of fireworks being shot off around the Bay Area. Police and fire agencies say they were overwhelmed by it, overwhelmed by the calls, in some cases overwhelmed by the fires that were started by the illegal fireworks. KCBS's Matt Bigler joining us live to report a crackdown on this kind of activity remains a real challenge for law enforcement. Matt?
Stan, did your neighborhood sound like a war zone over the weekend?
Yes.
Many Bay Area cities did, despite the fact that police and fire departments are trying to crack down on illegal fireworks.
It's epidemic. I hear it in my neighborhood. I hear it all night. My dog doesn't like it any more than anyone else's, so we're all feeling the pain.
Concord Police Chief Mark Bustillos explained why it's so difficult for them to make arrests or even cite fireworks violators.
One of the things with fireworks is to kind of catch them in the action. If you guys are familiar with fireworks, they're lit, they go boom, and everybody scatters.
Yesterday, Richmond's interim police chief Bisa French sent a letter to the city council demanding action. Her recommendation, the creation of a task force involving state and federal law enforcement to confront the use and the sales of illegal fireworks. Reporting live, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
Thank you, Matt. Meanwhile, fire officials are already looking ahead to what they say could be a challenging few months as we begin to get to the peak of fire season. KCBS reporter Mike DeWald with more.
Grass fires, structure fires, car fires, Bay Area fire departments had their hands full this weekend. But even as we move into July, the risk of fire doesn't subside. That's according to San Francisco Fire Department spokesperson Jonathan Baxter.
We're seeing, a higher fuel load, which is your grasses is higher, your trees and shrubs are higher.
Contra Costa Fire spokesperson Steve Hill says those high fuel loads are uncharacteristic this early in the summer.
The dryness of the fuel out there right now is at least as dry as it would normally be in late August or September.
In Contra Costa County, the number of fires rose 400% in June, with a fourfold increase in grass fires. In San Francisco, firefighters responded to over 100 fires caused by illegal fireworks over the holiday weekend. Hill says with hot, dry, windy weather in the forecast, the outlook for July remains the same. As for San Francisco, Baxter says the summer weather, mixed with people getting out and doing more, also raises the prospect of fire danger. Both departments say they hope the public learn the wildfire risk of illegal fireworks over the 4th of July weekend, but are also preparing for the continued use for the weeks ahead. Mike DeWald, KCBS.
The Treasury Department has been slow to do it, but this morning is finally issuing data regarding that Paycheck Protection Program loan program that was part of the big CARES Act passed by Congress several months ago. The Treasury Department saying this morning that nearly 5 million of these loans have been sent out to small to medium-sized business, a net loan amount of over $520 billion, and has broken it down further by state, not only the loan amounts and the number of loans, but the number of jobs and the percentage of the small business payroll state by state. According to the Treasury Department's data released just a little while ago, in California, 77% of small business payroll was covered by these Paycheck Protection Program loans, and that represents about 6.5 million jobs here in California. Significantly, with a few weeks left in an extended program, there's still about $130 billion worth of funding available for these small to medium-sized business loans. KCBS News Time, 8:36, traffic news in 2.
You don't have to put off your painting project any longer. Hi, it's Kevin Radich. I like hiring local, which is why I go with the guys at CertaPro Painters. They're independently owned and operated, and their work is immaculate. And now they're doing free remote estimates, so this is a great time to get on their schedule for your exterior or interior paint job. Go to CertaPro.com, that's Certa with a C. Rest assured they're taking all precautions to keep you and the painting team safe. That's CertaPro Painters, proven and trusted experts in painting.
License number 881317.
What's driving the conversation in California today?
How in the world do you think California went so wrong? I think we got a little bit complacent.
KCBS political reporter Doug Sovern explores the issues making news in our state every weekday afternoon at 3:30 p.m.
Just a month or two ago, California was being hailed as a miracle, a model for the nation of how to keep the virus in check. You know, it's hard to be locked down that long.
KCBS's The State of California, sponsored by Meristem, dedicated to preparing young adults on the autism spectrum for a life of independence.
I'm Ray Cairns with Bayer. These are unprecedented times as we all do our part to fight the coronavirus. Bayer is proud to donate millions of medicines and over-the-counter products to help combat COVID-19. Our thoughts are with all Americans, but especially with the thousands of doctors, nurses, and first responders who are on the front lines in this battle. By coming together as a nation, America will see better days. So from all of us at Bayer, thank you, and be safe.
These days, your walk is probably the best time of your day, but all that walking has taken a toll on your shoes. Fortunately, the Walk Shop is open, and we invite you to stop by and explore our great-looking collection of beautifully designed footwear created to enhance the joy of walking. Our expert staff will help you find exactly the right shoe with the right fit. For shoes that combine style, craftsmanship, and comfort, discover the Walk Shop, now open at 2120 Vine Street in Berkeley.
KCBS News Time, 8:38. First for traffic, it's Kim from your local Honda Dealers Traffic Center.
It is. Just a couple things, Stan. In San Jose, there is word of an accident, although traffic seems to be getting by okay. This is in San Jose on North 87 at the ramp to northbound 101. Apparently, a vehicle is spun around facing the wrong way somewhere on that ramp. The tow truck's looking for it, and hopefully they'll get it out of the way soon. But so far, like I said, traffic volume in all of Silicon Valley has been very, very light this morning. At the Dumbarton Bridge now, we have an accident here. It looks like a vehicle, it was a U-Haul, ran into the toll booth, and they're talking about this on the westbound side, obviously. As you make your way to the toll plaza, it's off to the right shoulder. The U-Haul hit toll booth number 3. It doesn't look like there's an obstruction that may have taken that toll booth out of functionality for the morning, but we'll have to wait and see. So far, traffic volume, again, it's been so light, it sort of doesn't matter. As you make your way to the peninsula, the traffic is flowing at the speed limit. San Mateo Bridge, Chilton out-of-body collision cam sees all clear. The eastbound side was affected for a long time there with an injury accident. It has been towed off the span, and everything has recovered here, so we're back to the speed limit. Your next update is at 8:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Great visibility in the Bay Area today. Kind of windy with a strong westerly breeze shaping up and temperatures that will be coming down from the peaks we saw the last couple of days. So mid-60s right along the coast, and that will include San Francisco. Low 70s to mid-70s for much of the Bay Area. San Jose on the upper end of the 70s, and then farther inland you can reach the mid-80s today and tomorrow. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Bay Area Rodent Solutions has been serving the Bay Area for over a decade. If you have a rodent problem at your home, they're open and ready to help. Visit the rodent exclusion experts, BayAreaRodentSolutions.com. Now performing COVID sanitation, following COVID safety guidelines.
There are many window and door innovations available for your new home or remodel, but nothing can compare with Andersen Big Doors. These stunning choices are featured at Dolan's showrooms in Burlingame and Walnut Creek. Imagine bringing the outside in a big way with all the energy-saving features of Andersen windows and doors, like the really big outswing patio door and a host of Andersen options. Call for a Dolan's showroom appointment. Visit DolanLumber.com for more information. That's DolanLumber.com.
Self-conscious about missing teeth, hiding your smile, avoid appearing in photos, can't eat what you once did? There's a solution. Bay Area Mini Dental Implant Centers of America. They can replace those missing teeth. Here is Dr. English.
Hi, this is Dr. English. Let us restore those missing teeth with mini dental implants, allowing you to eat what you once did, smile, or speak with confidence. usually in as little as 2 visits. Mini implants are less painful, less costly, less invasive, less visits to the dentist, and just as successful as traditional implants. Imagine, no more hiding that smile, no need to be careful what you eat, no waiting for months to live your life as you once did. Now is the time. Why wait?
Be confident again. Your consultation is free. Call Bay Area Mini Dental Implant Centers of America at 833-GOT-MINI. That's 833-GOT-MINI or 650-618-6088.
When you need to know.
Terrible accident that resulted in a big rig fire.
When time matters to you.
Looks like we have some relief.
Rely on your Northern California Honda Dealers Traffic Center.
Tell the traffic leader, KCBS.
It's 8:42 at KCBS. Marin County's about face. You can't sit down for a meal indoors. A week ago you could, and for a week you could, but as of this morning the plug has been pulled on indoor dining again. This is because of a rising number of cases in Marin County. These are COVID-19 cases. Of course, the county health department says restaurants will be allowed to have outdoor dining and takeout services so long as customers and staff follow guidelines aimed at preventing the spread of coronavirus. And a quick reminder about Ask an Expert this morning. We'll bring aboard Dr. Brian Schwartz, a professor of medicine and an infectious diseases expert at Zuckerberg San Francisco General Hospital. We can talk about the changing trends in the pandemic, about treatment, about symptoms, all of those things that have been in the news. Get your questions to us now at askus@kcbsradio.com. And Dr. Brian Schwartz from Zuckerberg San Francisco General will be joining us at 9:20 this morning. You can listen live on the air via the radio.com app or your smart speaker. Just say, play KCBS Radio. KCBS News Time, 8:43. Sports 2 minutes away, and another NBA team, one in the neighborhood, has to shut down its training facility during the outbreak.
No one plans on having an accident. That morning, it happened to me. After the fall, I had so many questions about the hospital bills. Am I getting the best care? What about my job? I need help. I gotta call the Barnes firm. And that was the best call I could have made.
At the Barnes firm, we've handled thousands of accident cases. Our team works to answer all of your questions and help each client get the best result possible.
Attorney John Sheehan is responsible for the content of this advertisement. 12th Street, Oakland.
That's what sleeping with a CPAP sounds like. If you can't use CPAP, imagine pressing a button and it sounding like this. That's sleeping with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with one click of a remote. That's right, just a button. If you have sleep apnea, great sleep awaits at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Did you know that the IRS has been in lockdown? As IRS employees get back to work, they're facing a huge backlog, which could cause you more grief and frustration than ever. Don't get IRS stress. Get IRS help from Larry Stevens and Perfect Tax Resolution. Are you the target of an IRS audit? Have they levied your bank account? Is the IRS garnishing your paycheck? Larry Stevens has over 35 years of experience in dealing with the IRS. If you owe over $10,000 to the IRS, Larry Stevens may be able to settle your IRS debt for pennies on the dollar. The coming months may be the ideal time to make settlement offers. Now is the best time to stop your IRS stress. Get IRS help from Larry Stevens and Perfect Tax Resolution. They can talk to you right now and schedule your free consultation at their offices in the Bay Area or Modesto. Call 209-IRS-HELP. They'll be glad to help you. Call 209-IRS-HELP. You'll be glad you did. Call Larry Stevens and Perfect Tax Resolution at 209-IRS-HELP.
This portion of the news sponsored by Bay Area Rodent Solutions. Coming up on KCBS, why not everyone is thrilled about all of that outdoor dining. 8:45 now at KCBS Sports Update, and another NBA team runs into a COVID-19 problem at the practice facility. Here's Steve.
Yeah, the Sacramento Kings, the sixth team to shut down its practice facility after a member of its traveling party tested positive for COVID-19. Kings scheduled to fly to Orlando on Wednesday to resume the season, finish up the season, and hopefully make the playoffs. They've got a record of 28-36. And if they make the playoffs, it'll be the first time in 14 years. Right now, 3.5 games out of that 8th and final playoff spot. The NHL is targeting July 13th for training camps for the 24 playoff teams that will travel to Edmonton and Toronto. July 25th and 26th, Edmonton will likely host the Cup final in early October. The MLS's back tournament opens Wednesday night in Orlando with the host team, Orlando taking on Miami and Chicago against Nashville. All the games during the tournament to be televised by ESPN, including the Quakes against Seattle, Friday, 4:30 our time. American Francis Tiafoe has tested positive for COVID-19 after he beat Sam Querrey Friday night. Had a match scheduled for Saturday in this All-American tournament in Atlanta against Tennis Sandgren, but he lost that one by default. Rocket Mortgage Classic in Detroit, Bryson DeChambeau, the winner, at 23 under by 3 shots over Matthew Wolff. He closed with 3 straight birdies to finish up a round of 7 under 65. Stanford's Maverick McNeely had a 6 under 66 finish, tied for 8th at minus 15. Kevin Harvick wins in NASCAR at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And Japanese baseball and soccer stadiums will admit fans beginning on Friday night. 5,000 the limit for baseball initially, with plans to expand to 50% capacity August the 1st. Japan, like South Korea and most of Europe, way ahead of the U.S. in the fight against the COVID outbreak because of consistent leadership at the top and because of a consensus among their citizens that wearing masks in public is a smart idea. At the sports desk, Steve Bitker, KCBS.
Investors want cash flow? NRIA is making accommodation by extending higher than normal 10% payouts from our real estate Class A buildings fund with monthly electronic payments and targeted returns of 18 to 21%. NRIA's 14-year proven track record and $850 million of new construction property backs you. Call now, 201-210-2727. An offer to buy or sell any security is only made by our private placement memorandum. Read it first. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Returns are annualized. National is a real estate development firm. See us at nria.net.
It's the perfect time for a powerful business refresh during Dell Technologies Cyber Savings Event. It starts now with up to 50% off high-performance Windows 10 business laptops, desktops, and servers, plus top-brand electronics. It's also your chance to streamline IT and simplify PC life cycles with PC as a service. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 10 Pro for business. Call 877-ASK-DELL for a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find the right tech. That's 877-ASK-DELL or visit Dell.com/smallbusinessdeals.
When it comes to flooring options for the pro, no one covers floors better than the Home Depot. With over 300,000 flooring supplies online, plus in-demand styles, from modern mosaics to waterproof vinyl and laminates, we buy more than anyone else, so you'll save more than anywhere else, with everyday low prices and even bigger savings when you purchase by the pallet. The pro's best option when it comes to flooring. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only.
There's so much information floating around these days. That's why we launched Ask an Expert.
There is no question the evidence is crystal clear that the masks may very well be the most important thing we could all do.
Solid answers from people who know.
Keeping a distance, making sure that folks who come into work are not sick, and wearing regular masks is going to be good enough.
Ask an Expert, 9:20 weekday mornings right here on the Bay Area's news station, KCBS, and your radio.com app.
And a reminder, Dr. Brian Schwartz from Zuckerberg SF General this morning. He's an infectious disease expert, and he can tackle your questions about the COVID-19 outbreak. Send them to us by email at askus@kcbsradio.com. Friends and coworkers are also allowed to submit questions, Kim, so if you have one, that's cool too.
Okay, I'll put my thinking cap on. I'm sure I've got a million questions. All right, Stan, we are looking at Highway 87 in San Jose. Last time I talked to you, I was telling you about a vehicle that was spun around facing the wrong way on the ramp that goes from North 87 Guadalupe Parkway onto North 101. Well, it looks like the tow truck's with it. They're trying to spin this thing around so they can hook it up and get it out of the way altogether. And this report is brought to you by Dolan Law Firm. So traffic is backed up from Skyport Drive on North 87 as you approach approach that connector. Hopefully by the time we talk next, this backup will be gone and this thing will be hooked up to the tow truck and pulled away. You might still see a sweeper or two on the eastbound side of the San Mateo Bridge. That long-standing injury crash, it's long gone, but it left a lot of debris, and there were sweepers out there earlier, but it looks like they may have done their thing because traffic is moving once again at the speed limit, both eastbound and westbound. Bay Bridge looks a whole lot better than it did the last couple hours, that's for sure. No longer any wait at the tolls. Easy ride into San Francisco. In the city, though, I'm still looking at stop and go on the good old Central Freeway. This is North 101. As soon as you get off the 80 Skyway Split or the James Lick, you'll find the brake lights ahead taking you out to Octavia Street. Your next update, Dolan Law Firm, I'm sorry, representing people injured by the fault of others and by unlawful workplace discrimination and harassment. They have offices throughout the Bay Area and LA. Dolan Law helps fight injustice. DolanLawFirm.com. Next update, 8:58 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Now the Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast. Mary Lee from KPIX5.
Well, it is breezy in spots this morning. I'm tracking the return of those westerly winds, that onshore flow kicking in for us. So it's going to be a cooler day for all of us by about 5 to 10 degrees and breezy. So westerly winds 10 to 20 this afternoon and evening. And the strongest winds along the coast and right around the bay, 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. So for the coast, low 60s, cool around the bay, mid to upper 60s to low 70s, mostly sunny, and that's sunshine in the low to mid 80s inland. Breezy conditions will continue for your Tuesday, very similar with those temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday. And then high pressure builds in. We're going to heat up Thursday, Friday with that sunshine and heating up even more into the weekend.
Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. It's 8:52, the return to normal anything but for most of us, but certainly for people with disabilities. KCBS reporter Jim Taylor with an example.
The COVID-19 pandemic unnerving for all of us. If you're blind,
the world that COVID has presented to us now is a very different one and a more complex one for blind folks who want to travel from one point to another.
Tougher still now, since there might be barriers where there weren't before. Scott Blank, Senior Programs Director at the Lighthouse for the Blind, talking about restaurants setting up table service on the sidewalk.
Which presents challenges for people with disabilities. Somebody who's blind, who wishes to navigate down the sidewalk, suddenly might be presented with a number of different obstacles, and they might not be in any sort of consistent pattern.
Several advocacy groups asking San Francisco officials to be more inclusive when making decisions affecting the disabled population.
There need to be people with disabilities in these conversations to ensure that the outcomes are fair for everybody.
Jim Taylor, KCBS.
All right, now Jason Brooks, KCBS Money Watch information. And after the long weekend, Wall Street having a pretty good day today, Jason.
Wall Street is enjoying a fine day. Walmart not doing all that bad as one of those stocks that's being traded today. A lot of reasons for the market moving higher. We do have some M&A activity to help juice the market, with Uber buying Postmates for nearly $2.7 billion as Uber looks to grab a bigger share of the food delivery market, which has soared higher during the pandemic, while the rideshare industry has absolutely plummeted over the past couple of months. And shares in Uber are moving higher by about 6.5%. That's big belief in the market in Uber. Usually a company making a big purchase like that sees its stock move a little bit lower. Tesla continues to surge higher. It's having another big day with its stock up 10%. JMP Securities boosting the company's stock price higher, and it's trading above $1,300 for the first time. Big week for Boeing. Wall Street Journal reports that the FAA will begin a critical phase of the recertification process for the grounded 737 MAX following Boeing and FAA pilot testing over 3 days last week. The operational readiness review will consist of test flights crewed by federal pilots along with global airline crews to work out Boeing's revamped flight control system for the MAX, which is believed to be the cause of the crashes in Ethiopia and Indonesia that led to the grounding of the MAX in 2019. Boeing stock moving higher by 1%. Dow's up 354 points at 26,181. NASDAQ gaining 245 points to 10,452, record high. S&P up 47 points to 3177. On the Money Watch, Jason Brooks, KCBS.
Download your free window replacement guide from Marvin at replacementmadeeasy.com.
Looking for a reliable source for hard-to-find PPE items? Look no further than Blaisdell's Business Products. A local, woman-owned business, Blaisdell's offers thousands of in-stock items from office supplies and furniture to break room, janitorial, and ergonomic products. Their friendly 5-star customer support team is available by phone, email, or online chat Monday through Friday with free next-day delivery to your business or home office. Register today at Blaisdells.com. That's BLAISDELLS.com or call 510-483-3600.
Mortgage rates are at historic lows, so if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering our lowest 30-year fixed rate ever, 2.875 with a 2.89% APR. Incredible! With no origination fees or discount points. Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 30-year fixed rate is 2.875 with a 2.89% APR. Incredible! These are historically low rates you may never see again. So refinance it and forget it. It's your last refinance ever. Call the experts at Network Capital Funding right now. Call 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your new mortgage or refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Business Oversight under the Finance Lenders Law. Number 603D787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and credit approval. Call 800-500-1-HIT for more information.
Did you know Geico's now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies? That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? Your dentist to actually believe you?
And you're flossing every day.
Absolutely.
Great. And you're cutting down on your sweets?
Of course.
Wonderful. Then I don't even need to look in there.
Great. See you in 6 months.
There's never been a better time to switch to Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by